Hello, everyone. My name is Chantel Stewart, and I am here to share with you as well as introduce my new published book, Aligned Lion. Aligned Lion is actually a vegan story, is dedicated and inspired by my vegan journey during the times to where I was a vegan. And my vegan journey was probably one of the most epiphanal journeys of my life because there were a lot of things that I learned and that I experienced in which that contribute to the soul evolution of Chantel. So I wanted to pay homage and show gratitude during that time of my life because it was an experience. It was very challenging, especially being amongst a world of individuals, who eat meat. I was a meat eater too, and I transitioned into being a vegan and then transitioning out of it to where I went back to eating meat. I think that a lot of vegans go misunderstood, and I think that sometimes when individuals know that you are a vegan, there's kind of this uncomfortableness in which sometimes that they may feel, but often individuals are very curious. And then you have some individuals who are not curious at all. So a lot of things in which that I went through and that I experienced, and it's all based off of perspective. I put it inside of this story to help individuals with understanding different perspectives. Some individuals are very unconventional and some individuals are very traditional. Me, myself personally, I like both sides of a coin. So I decided that me, myself, as a creator, that I would take my perception and that I would create a story out of it. I also have a video audio series, and you can find that on my Patreon page that is actually free. All right. So until the next time, thank you for your time, and we will talk again.
Assemble the lioness, Lotus, and bring the pride to me, King Ralph commanded. Yes, Ralph, as you say, Lotus responded in urgency. Ah, you lions are a bunch of cowardly pussycats. An absolute waste of 9 lives. Can't handle me all on your own, Ralphie, Wick said sinister. Not at all. I send my lioness to take out the trash, replied the king. Wick smirked at the king and disappeared into the high grasslands. Ralph was the present crowned king of Gujarat Pride Land in India. Tradition reigned that royal blood was to crown generation after generation of royal blood. However, this generation, Ralph wanted to do things differently. He was a very humble and generous lion. Growing up as a cub, his father and father's father were admired, praised, and loved by all the animals that lived in the Gujarat lands. From predator to prey, Ralph was taught to treat every life form with respect until the passing of his father, King Rahim, who was the former king. Ralph did and was everything he was raised and told to be. But with him now taking the throne, he decided to switch up tradition and to do things a little differently. Instead of eating other animals, Ralph decided he would become a herbivore and enjoy the fruits and vegetables that the beautiful land had to offer. And my, was it abundant. Of course, the pride was thrown off by this unconventional change, but Ralph never forced his ways upon the lives of his pride. And because everyone respected and loved him, he was accepted by all, especially the antelope. Though the great king was loved by many, even he had enemies. And how typical for the hyenas to envy him and his pride. Wick, the leader of the hyenas, and also diverse in her friendships outside of her own kind. She was a nasty, cold, and bitter crone hyena. The lions and the hyenas were generational enemies for centuries, and it all began with King Mac II, who was Ralph's great, 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 great grandfather. Before war broke out between the lions and the hyenas, they once lived in peace and harmony amongst each other, sharing the land, food, and resources, until one night, Hyde, who was Wick's great, 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 great grandfather, one night decided, while all were asleep, he would quietly make his way into the lion's royal cave and steal one of their young, sacrificing its life for whatever reason in which was never revealed. When King Mac II became aware of this through the spiritual advisor of the lands, Shikiki, who was a beautiful blue and white heron they referred to as the Oracle. The lions rose in rage, launching the most deadly and vicious attack against the hyenas. Blood stained both the land and souls for generations after generations with lions and hyenas, making it impossible for any life form to grow from the soil that once was the territory of the hyenas, forcing them to relocate to lands where food and resources were scarce. 3 generations later, and still what was once the hyenas' territory was nothing but dry dirt, ground, and neither lion nor hyena ever forgot about this great tragedy. With Wick being the last elder, she possessed the most hatred in her heart for the lions. Both lion and hyena taught their young the number one rule of their land. So it was done. So it will never be forgotten. Over the years, they learned how to stop feuding and separate the land between the two. Would change ever come to the duality of worlds? Only time would tell.